We the people unite.
Hey, what's good, y'all? What's good? What's up, Katie?
We are back again.
Yes, we are for the Millennial Gaze episode 2. How you feeling?
Yes, let's go. I got so much good feedback from my family on this, so I'm super excited to keep this going.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Yeah. So just a little background. This is episode 2 for our viewers. I'm learning my way around how to run this. And I feel a lot more comfortable this time. So I hope you guys enjoy the fucking show because we're excited and we got a lot to talk about. Anywho,
yeah.
If you don't know, this is Katie over here. This is a girl Maymoney with We the People. This is the Millennial Gaze, and we will just be talking a whole bunch of I don't know, Auschwitz stuff.
A lot of shit happened this week.
The big booty butt cheeks bill, and just a few different things. So I really hope you enjoy the show. Please make sure you share. Let people know that we're live, and comment, share, and subscribe. Comment, please, because
we will interact with your comments.
Absolutely. It's We the People. So anyway, are you ready to just dive into our first segment here, Katie?
All right, let's go.
All right, so the Millennial Minute. So what we was talking about was here,
Medicare and Medicaid.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do moving forward, or what we would like to do, is to add in a little bit of millennial perspective to each of these kind of bills and in everything that we're going through right now. Because honestly, I do feel like first of all, there's a disconnect between generations when it comes to needs and experiences and understanding of how each other's lives are different. There's a lot of disconnect when it comes to, I think, our millennial generation being overlooked or infantilized in a lot of ways.
And even with our generation, we have very different experiences with things like the healthcare system and benefits and things like that.
Exactly. 100%. So we're going to go into that a little bit. And so what we saw here, this is so tiny. Let me put it full screen for myself. Can you see that, Katie?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So this is just a little blurb that I saw, and it said a new poll that pretty much said that health insurance marketplace platform provider reveals that millennials lack some critical information when it comes to purchasing health insurance and uncovers the need for better education. According to Get Insured's 2020 Millennial Health Insurance Survey, more than a half of uninsured millennials, 53%, are not aware that they may qualify for tax credits to get help to help the lower cost of insurance premiums. Whoop, whoop. As states are gearing up, whoop, whoop. Pretty much people don't be knowing where to get health insurance, what to do with it, how to even navigate it if you need it, how much health insurance do you need, what kind of health insurance do you need, how many people do you need it for, do you get it from your job, do you get it, there's so many things that it's just almost overwhelming in my experience. I fell off personally off of health insurance when I turned 26 off of my mom's. And then ever since then, because I bartended for 12 years, none of my jobs had any benefits. So it's things like that.
And then my experience was vastly different because I'm trying to think now I got married when I was 24. And before that, I was still on my parents' health insurance. And then my husband is a teacher. So before that, I was still on my parents. We got married. And then right away, I was on his health insurance as a spouse. And I still am. And so is my daughter. So it's not something I've ever personally had to worry about that much.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, we got Keisha in the chat over here.
hey,
Says,
Keisha.
Gen X / millennial cusper, and I still find our health insurance system confusing. Absolutely. I mean, this ain't no easy things to navigate, and I think they make that way on purpose for sure.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely. Because then
even if
people
you
just
get it, they still try to play you.
you get frustrated, and then people just give up.
Yeah, and so and so just it just frustrates me a little bit. Like any more about your experience with health insurance or like anything?
Well, I know. So for me, just like a personal side note. So I was a pretty sick kid. I have I've had bad asthma and allergies literally from like the time I was born, and like I was allergic to God, like over 100 different things when I was born, and then I would go to get allergy shots once a week up until I was about 10. I used to have to like come out of class to do breathing treatments at school. But, you know, because my mom was a teacher too, that was never something we really had to worry about that much just because it was covered by her insurance. But I mean, I've visited all kinds of doctors and specialists as a kid, and it wasn't until I got older, um, when I wasn't like living with my, you know, my parents and I was married. So, um, when I was I'm trying to think of the age, when I was 25, 26, my husband and I were living in Vegas at the time, and I had suffered like a really bad miscarriage. And it was farther along than most of them usually are by that time. And the the healthcare system out in Vegas kind of failed me at first with just trying to diagnose what was going on and what was preventable and what wasn't. Um, and by the time, you know, it was all over and done with, we went to a different doctor to get everything kind of taken care of and making sure I was okay, at least physically and stuff. But by the end of it, there were like all of these, you know, you go through all of that trauma and then all of the medical bills start piling in, and you're like, wait, where was this before? It was just kind of all like a surprise of like, hey, here's all these things now that you got to pay for. Sorry you had to deal with that stuff, but here's all the expenses.
Here's the extra. Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And
No,
then you have to like argue it and just do all that crap, and it was really frustrating. And I think that that's part of why like the health field is so messed up, because having to pay for all this stuff really takes advantage of people in those vulnerable times. Oh, if you see someone in the background, that's my niece. She's just kind of running around.
All good. All good. This is We the People, and there's people involved. Yeah, no, I see, like for me, I actually happen to be, you know, blessed with just able-bodied. You know, I have terrible eyesight, but that's not even where anything close to like even being covered in any sort of help. Like the stuff that I need, like dental and eye care, is not even available. So it's not even really worth it for me to even take like health insurance out of my current job that offers it, you know? So it's just a whole bunch of hot mess. And so, I mean, that's why I think I like this segment, is because a lot of these things don't affect everybody the same. You know, SNAP benefits being cut affects me more, and which we will get
Yeah.
into later. But you know, like Medicaid and Social Security and health insurance doesn't, because I didn't even have that shit in the first place. So, you know what I mean? And so there's
yeah.
like a whole bunch of, it's a hot mess, and we need to do better as a country if we're going to be the United States, to understand that not everybody needs the same thing to get by. Like, hey, if I could just pay for a little bit of insurance for my eye care, that would be great. And
Well,
go
I
to the
think
dentist every now and again, sure.
I
Fine.
think too, with it when it comes to like the healthcare field, especially with like Medicare and Medicaid, you have to think about not just the people who are on it, but one of the big things about these cuts is that a lot of rural hospitals are going to lose their funding. And I know for me personally, like I'm originally from like a rural area in Pennsylvania where there's not another hospital for like 45 minutes from the town.
Right.
And so even just having access for the small emergency room things, it's going to go away. It's already started. I believe a hospital in Nebraska has
You know what, Katie? Why don't you
closed
say that? Because we're gonna get into that. We got some videos talking
all right.
exactly about that. So
All right.
hold all of that passion for that because we will get to that. Let me check our comments. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you. I see my homie Keisha in the chat, you know, the We the People, and then my homie Pitchforks is also here. Thank you so much for being here, you guys.
Yeah, Keisha, like that doesn't make any sense. That's not it. Isn't that all health? You know, vision, dental. It's
I
all
mean,
a part
you
of
would
you
think,
and yeah.
but you know, nothing makes sense anymore. Okay, so let's move on to our next segment here. We're gonna show. We were just talking about Francesca, my girl Francesca Fiorentini. We're gonna go into our. Let me just look at my little thing real quick. Alligator Auschwitz. That's what we're talking about next. Okay.
Oh, boy.
So I'm going to share this clip. I know it's a slow process, so y'all just hang with me. Make sure you got your
Let us know just kind of in the comments what y'all are thinking about this. I've heard it be called Alligator Alcatraz, Alligator Auschwitz. I've even heard it be called Alligator Dachau, because if you don't know much about the Holocaust, Dachau was the first concentration camp that they opened. Auschwitz actually was not the first one. It was just the biggest. And so, you know, everybody's got a lot of opinions going on with that.
Did I lose the Francesca one? Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Just...
You know, Annabelle. Okay, I'll just do Kyle then.
All right.
Inside.
This is Kyle Kazinski.
It's kind of difficult doing this part, but I got it. It says Kyle. Can you see it?
Not yet.
Okay.
This is Kyle Kazinski. His thing is Secular Talk on YouTube. All right, we're good.
Yep. Yeah, this is Kyle Kazinski. Y'all might recognize him. He's just speaking on the Alligator Auschwitz bullshittery that we got going on.
Into it. So Carolyn Levitt, the White House press spokesperson, also known as Fascist Barbie, she was very excitedly telling everybody about Alligator Alcatraz, the new concentration camp that they're building in the Everglades in Florida. So let's listen to what she has to say here, and then we're going to get to some actual pictures and videos from that concentration camp. And let me warn you in advance, it's dark, bro. It's dark. Here we go.
President Trump will travel to the great state of Florida to attend the opening of a new illegal alien detention center located at Dade Collier Training and Transition Airport, alongside Secretary Kristi Noem, Governor Ron DeSantis, Congressman Byron Donalds, and other state and local leaders. We hope to see many of you there. The facility is in the heart of the Everglades and will be informally known as Alligator Alcatraz. There is only one road leading in, and the only way out is a one-way flight. It is isolated and surrounded by dangerous wildlife and unforgiving terrain. The facility will have up to 5,000 beds to house, process, and deport criminal illegal aliens. This is an efficient and low-cost way to help carry out the largest mass deportation campaign in American history.
The idea here is, well, we'll put them all in the middle of a swamp, and then if they try to escape, don't worry. Snakes are going to kill them. Alligators are going to kill them. There's basically no way out of the place. Also, notice how she plays with language there. She calls all the people that will be sent there criminal, illegal aliens. But understand, we have the numbers, and we know that 92% of the immigrants who are being arrested and deported by ICE are not violent criminals. The majority of them have no criminal record whatsoever. So this is all, I mean.
Yeah.
Just one of the things that just pisses me off about this, and anytime this fascist Barbie gives a press conference, she just sounds so happy.
I know, bruh. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
She sounds so happy about making these people's lives as miserable as possible, and like and it's like there's this sense of pride in her voice that all the criminals are going here. No,
like, you must be a whole another level of fucking evil. Honestly, I hate this bitch so much. And you know what? Internet, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. She is horrible. She is a horrible human being, and I have every right to say that I can't fucking stand her. Fuck her.
I'm surprised that cross that she wears hasn't like burned into her skin.
Flames. I know.
Yeah, or like she just like latches on fire when it starts.
That ain't the right Jesus. I'm gonna let you know that right now. That is not the Jesus that everybody else believes in.
She probably also thinks that Jesus was white. So
yeah,
but we could go on a whole other thing about that. But like,
but no, that's exactly what I was gonna say. But you took the words right out of it. Why are you like damn near about to laugh about like, oh yeah, they're gonna? She's like giddy. Like for people to get eaten up by alligators and stuff, man. Ooh, bruh. I got a night. Oh, I hope she burns in hell continuously.
Like, it just makes no. I'm just waiting for the day that like she just spontaneously combusts and just like right in the flames.
All her and her friends.
Like, but and the thing about that is that's how all of them are. They're like so happy to be watching these people that they do not deem worthy enough to breathe their air, let alone live in this country. And the people that are being sent to places like Alligator, Auschwitz, Alcatraz, whatever, they're the ones that built this country, not you and your lazy white ass who just paid money for everything.
Dude, and these people just like, I mean, there's a sickness here, and it goes way deeper than just like, how do I explain this without sounding rude? There's like a lack of education when it comes to empathy. There's something like more like embedded within these people that is just straight up evil. I don't know how else to say it. I don't compute how they operate, honestly.
It also just goes into that white Christian evangelical whatever. It's all a part of it because I know a lot of different like religions involving Christianity are literally like love thy neighbor, period, full stop, that's it.
And I wish I had that Francesca clip,
and like
I lost it though.
And like these the entitlement and the entitlement and the lack of empathy, it's literally like the Holocaust.
That's why it makes me feel like, Katie, that's what makes me feel hopeless. I feel like it's going to take a really long time to root out the core issue of why we are here today, is because there's just so much rooted so deeply, and the problems, the solutions are actually quite simple. And I think that
the people that have the solutions, though, unfortunately, are not the people that are going to fix this.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
And, a lot of people think that, like, stuff like this has just spouted overnight. And this has been brewing for years. I mean, I've talked to people about, that when it comes to, like, Trump and his followers, they are Holocaust deniers, and they have worn Camp Auschwitz t-shirts to January 6th. And when I was 13, I did a trip in Europe with my family and like a Catholic group. I toured Auschwitz at 13. And that's something you never forget. And it was so... I've never been in a place before where I felt guilty for feeling any type of happiness at all. And you walk into like the main entrance center, and all they have is like exhibits of all of like the crutches and wheelchairs and the hair that was taken off of their heads and the toys. It was all in like these big rooms, with all piled up. And, you know, there were adults that had to like go outside, and because they were too emotional to be in there.
Yeah.
And
You know, the thing is, Katie, one thing that the word guilt comes up, that kind of stuck out to me with what you were saying is, and I do think, and as a Black person, I can't really say much more than what I'm about to say right now. I think white guilt is an issue. I think
hold on.
that like white guilt is,
Sorry about that.
no, it's fine. Is a problem. Like almost to the point, you know, how in Florida they don't even want, and sorry about the background noise. I have construction going on. It is what it is.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I'm sorry about her running in and out of the room.
It's
if
fine.
you hear that.
We the people, and we the people live different lives. It is what it is. We're chilling out here, but like I think that white people need to start really talking amongst each other, because they're not going to listen to anybody of color when it comes to solutions. And I've really been thinking about, okay, we can talk ourselves blue into the face about how what's going on by day to day, but are we going to start solving some shit? Are we going to start like doing something about it, or are we just going to sit here and just keep talking around and around and around? And that's what, and I really do, and I know for a fact that white people need to do some healing and within that culture in white America specifically. And first of all, we'll start to lose that colonization shit. That shit ain't it no more. Stop that. No more of that. No more guilt. Like, be okay. Feel comfortable with the stories. Just because you may have been a part of, like, your ancestors were those people doesn't mean that you were. But also, like, know and recognize what, like, your essence put people through, and know it so you don't repeat the shit.
Well, and also too, when you talk about like, and you've heard him say like off of hot mics, like, oh, homegrowns are next, because all these people think like, oh, it's all these illegals that are gonna go to these places. It wasn't just the Jews that got sent to the it wasn't just the Jews that got sent to Auschwitz.
Oh no, everybody was going.
They came for everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're gonna do
blonde hair, blue, white, eye, and male.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's just kind of like going back to just talking about my experience. More people need to feel, I feel like more people need to feel stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Because you cannot tiptoe. You cannot tiptoe around history. You cannot, because that's why we're here in the first place. Because history tends to repeat itself just louder.
Okay, so, but because we brought up, you know, like solutions, this is one of the solutions to a little bit of this deportation problem. Let's go ahead and run this clip. You want to do the like, comment, share, subscribe stuff, Katie, while I bring this up?
Yeah, if you guys are watching, comment on what we're talking about. We're seeing a couple people in the comments. Share this video with your friends, especially other millennials out there. So hit the like, comment, subscribe. We are here every Monday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern.
Thank you, Katie.
ICE decided to go to Brooklyn earlier. And they decided, you know, to go into a random neighborhood and try to play snatchies with some Haitians. Well, all I gotta say is that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Props to my Haitians. They fucking whooped ICE's ass. They took them down. They said, fuck, nah. You not doing this in my neighborhood. Get the fuck out of here. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. Us as Latinos, we need to stick together and we need to fight ICE. We need to fight. especially if you guys are in the position to do so, if you guys are like legal here, you know, that's even more the reason. At least for me, I would say. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But once again, props to the Haitian community. Love to see that. Props to Brooklyn, New York for standing up to ICE. Share the video for awareness, my loves. This is fantastic news. Be safe out there, my loves. I love you.
So,
Absolutely.
bruh. Oh no. I lost you. Okay, we good? Am I still
And
here?
yeah, and
Oh.
like, a big thing too, don't be by yourself doing this stuff. Find a group and find people who have their phones out and ready to go if any shit starts to go down.
Yep, 100%. Like, it's okay. Walk around in groups. They're not gonna just attack just randos. But the thing is, I think is that there are people that are still just mindlessly walking through this whole fascist regime right now, thinking that it's all good, like everything was just the way that it used to be a year ago. It's not. It really is not. You know what I mean? And so
I know that there's people that literally just have like their head in the sand and are just going by like everything is fine or everything is normal.
And those are the people that are getting snatched up.
Or worse, people thinking that this is even better than the last person. Like this is even better than Biden. And
but that's just because they're not paying attention.
It's either they're not paying attention or they have so much hate in their heart that this is what they wanted all along.
Or
and
both.
Now they can finally just be like, nope, I like this.
Or both. But that's the thing. Like, make it. Don't let it be allowable for somebody to just get snatched up and kidnapped. Absolutely not. That is not okay. So put a group around somebody. You know what I mean? Like, push back. Don't just sit and record and let them get carried off into oblivion. Like, literally, this happened way back in Oakland where they tried to come out here, and they were here like 5 minutes. I heard the dude, the guys at the hood that they pulled up into, they were starting to look at their van, trying to steal their van. You know what I mean? Like they weren't, and they were like, "Oh, hey, buddy, how you doing?" Like they scared them off so fast. These people are these people aren't hard to like get rid of. But
look
like
at what they did in LA. Look at what they did in LA. They found out a hotel that a bunch of ICE agents were staying at, and they just protested outside the hotel until the hotel
let them sleep.
Yeah, until the hotel told them they had to leave.
Yeah.
So
sounds pretty easy, non-violent, nobody got hurt to me.
Yeah, and like I know a lot of people don't watch mainstream media, and mostly neither do I. The only one I watch is Rachel Maddow, and she does a lot of really good segments about the power is with the people and fighting back. And sometimes you have to be smart and you have to be creative, but work together, do not
and protect each other.
Do not do this alone. And it can be anything. It could be, even if you're scared to go, outside and deal with some of it, share stuff on Facebook. Make sure, you know that it is factual information and not just like some random clickbait, but share stuff on Facebook. Give advice to family members. And if people are wrong, correct them. Don't be mean about it.
And I think
just give them facts.
And one thing that I will put in, and I will plug this in, and this is just popping into my mind right now. I think races, like ethnicity, whatever you call it, race, need to start talking amongst communities as well, because it seems like the Latino community is kind of separated. The white community is separated. Even the Black community, even though, but everybody has their own different like ways that they need to be taking care of one another because of the color of your skin. And that's just the fucking fact of the matter. You know what I'm saying? And just like who you are in this country is like means a lot. And if we're not in cohesion with our own like people, then we can't really connect with others that aren't like us. And so I mean, dude, I was just talking about this with my friend Megan earlier. And she was like California is freaking huge. Like there's places in California I ain't never been. You know, it's hella hard to get to know everybody in California. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it's so let alone Nebraska or Idaho or some shit. You know
and
what I mean?
that goes back to that can go back to the MAGA supporters, because I know in my hometown there are a lot of them. And why? Partially, they've never left the hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's to go to another state or another big city in your state, get out there and learn about people.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there and learn about other cultures, because a lot of these white people that are so racist just think that they see someone with a little more melanin in their skin and they think, ooh, evil. And that's so far from the truth. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
It's like, get out there and live a little bit.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Don't just hide.
So do you want to go back into something that annoys the shit out of me, but we got to go into this. Do the plug while I pull it up for you.
So if you haven't yet, like, subscribe, comment. We've got some great communication in the comment section today. Even if it's just by friends, we love seeing it. We love seeing the support. We do this every Monday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. Give us feedback. Send us some notes. We'd love to hear it.
Thanks, Katie. You freaking raw. Can you see this?
Yes. Oh, Ben Mysalis.
All right, cool.
I love Meidas Touch.
Eliminating FEMA. Here, watch this.
Are you still planning to phase out FEMA?
Well, FEMA is something we can talk about later. But right now they're busy working, so we'll leave it at that. Go ahead.
So even after all we know, with at least 78 dead and many people still missing, he's talking about eliminating FEMA. Here, Donald Trump also says that he does not think that the federal government needs to hire back the meteorologists in Texas and elsewhere who work at the National Weather Service who do the forecasting. Here, play this clip.
In light of the floods, do you think that the federal government needs to hire back any of the meteorologists who were fired in the last few months?
I wouldn't know that. I really wouldn't. I would think not. This was a thing that happened in seconds. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it. Very talented people are there, and they didn't see it. It's, I guess they said once in 100 years, they've never seen anything like this. So I wouldn't, I mean, people are trying to blame the school. They're trying to blame the camp. They're trying to blame.
All right, enough. I don't have it. Honestly, Katie, I wouldn't even be understanding what the fuck this dude be talking about. Like,
you know who's to blame? To quote my husband, it's you, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like it's you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
right over there.
You cut the NOAA. You had Doge just have a field day with all of the things that keep us safe. And now you're there crying like, oh, what are we going to do? Oh, my goodness. And then you have Mike Johnson out there going, now, okay, I want to say this. I know people have the best intentions when they say thoughts and prayers. But when I hear it come from someone's mouth like Mike Johnson or JD Vance, I know it is just bullshit. Because you could have done something about this. You're the ones that people elected in government, and yet you're just the ones going, oh, we don't know what to do, but thoughts and prayers.
Did you notice, like, I would have to really kind of like know where it was at in the video. But when he answers the question, he just goes like this. You can tell by the body language. He just goes, like, that's all you needed to say. And then you could just go on about your day. I don't need you to say anything else, but just do that and say you don't give a fuck and then go on about your day, because nobody wants to smell you, see you, or be around you. Honestly, choke on a chicken wing. You know what I mean? Stub your toe.
Every day his mental decline just more quickly deteriorates. Like
Oh my God. And I hope that he embarrasses himself once
He's
he dies.
already-
I hope he
well,
has the
he's
most
already-
embarrassing fucking death in all the land.
he's
I hope
already doing it.
aliens know how he died and laugh at it for eternity.
Like anyway. But anyway, oh, absolutely. They're gonna blame no. I'm reading the comments. Like they're already blaming the Democrats. Well, there was one clip of him talking where he's like, I blame Biden, but I don't blame Biden. Bro, pick a lane.
Bruh. I mean, great Uncle Joe, if you could hear this, you need to like make them pay you $1 million every time they say your name. You'll be richer than Elon in like a day.
But you know what Joe you know what great Uncle Joe would do with that? He would help the country.
Right. And
that
so
money.
go ahead and do that. Go ahead and get to working on that. I'll help you.
The Georgie post, that's my niece, by the way.
Yeah. Hi, over here on the bed.
This is really fun. So Andrea says, I don't want him praying for me. Satan is real. Hey, you know what? Honestly, Andrea, I would rather hang out with Satan because at least he likes rock and roll. Anyway, that's just my joke. Anyway.
But and the like all of these press briefings and stuff about
they're a waste of time.
Well, they're taking away from all of the tragedy that's happening. Like the videos of the flooding, it's insane.
And you know what? I haven't been seeing much of it at all.
No, you have to like look for it. And I saw this one video of this family that the father was like bedridden in hospice or something, and the water was like right up to his bed. Yeah, and nobody was coming to help him.
Yeah, he gone. He probably gone now.
Like this, and all of these kids. I saw another article that 2 young ladies that were counselors at that camp wrote kids' names on their bodies in case in case they got lost and they didn't know who they were. The fact that they have to do that. And then I also read that the head of the camp who passed away because he was saving kids and the water at one point just took him.
Oh my God, that's fucking terrible. Oh my God.
But instead,
let's get out the darkness. I didn't watch enough Squid Game.
I can't even make it to episode 3. Anyway.
Oh man. Anybody watch Squid Game in the chat? Let us know. That's my shit. I finished it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's move on. Please comment. Katie, you want to plug? I'm gonna set up us for the next clip.
Like, subscribe, comment, chat with us. We love to hear opinions, especially from fellow millennials. There's not a lot of us out here doing this kind of thing in our age group, so we love the feedback. We love the conversation. And we're on 4:30 Pacific and 7:30 Eastern every Monday.
It's fucking sweet. You're so good at that. I need to work on mine.
It's I've done a lot of theater.
Oh yeah, you know, I'm out of practice, I suppose. All right, here we go. Let me just add it to the stage. Can you see it?
Oh, thanks, Kim. Yep.
Okay. Now I just gotta press play.
When we were last here, we were talking about the come to Jesus moment that MAGA was experiencing now that they see just.
I'm gonna let this one play. This one's a little longer, okay?
Okay.
Exactly how their vote was being used by the Trump administration. So I thought I would check in. Hey, MAGA, how you doing?
The music underneath.
I voted to be racist, not poor. Well, why be one when you can be both? You know, it's kind of like a combo meal at McDonald's, which you may not be able to afford now, if we're being totally honest. But speaking of racist and poor, why don't we keep it right there? There's something I want to show you. This is Nancy Mace showing up to vote for Trump's, quote, big, beautiful bill wearing pajamas.
She even knows the door. Yes, Oh my God.
On the road again.
That's right. She didn't even put on day clothes in order to strip y'all's health care. She didn't. She didn't even put on day clothes. She might as well not got out of bed. Just rolled over and yell out the window, pull that snap. Yeah, take it all. Yeah, we gonna take it all. And matter of fact, why don't we roll back all of the farmers' clean air credits while we're at it? And the EVs. Huh? They voted to be racist, not poor. Well, now they can be both. And MAGA, you may not have gotten my email. I know the extension of broadband into rural areas has been halted. A great number of our infrastructure projects has been halted, but I did send you a project. I am going to need a 5-page paper on how you would have responded if, let's not use Jasmine Crockett, because I know you're pre-triggered by Jasmine Crockett, but let's just say Ayanna Pressley. Let's say if Ayanna Pressley or Summer Lee showed up to vote like this, I just need to know exactly how you would respond. I'm going to need that paper before we can move forward and hear your I voted to be racist, not poor objections.
Okay, let's just talk about, first of all, that is like the most lazy white lady shit she could do. You're muted.
She got problems. LA got problems.
She's also
the right there too.
She's also the one who literally has sat in the house and been like, "I'm gonna say it, tranny, tranny, tranny." It's like she is crazy.
She got issues with that's like she's stuck on trans issues. I think she really has an issue, and somebody need to check in on they like auntie. Like, lady, you really went to the airport in pajamas. Like, that is just questionable there. You know what I mean? Even if you weren't an evildoer, like, that doesn't seem right. You know what I mean?
Between her, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Lauren Boebert, those three are dumb, dumb, and dumber. Of the white ladies in Congress.
They need help. I really think they need help. I don't know. I almost feel bad. I'm like, oh my God, this lady is like in her pajamas. Does she need anything? Is she having like a breakdown? Like, I didn't even see fucking Trump do that shit.
I don't know. Like, when it comes to this stuff, I have empathy for the people who might have who so like in Texas right now that are being affected by this. I don't care who you voted for. You should not have to go through a tragedy like this.
Mm-hmm.
You, especially those who, let's say, like, don't have home insurance, don't have any money or anything to fix this. I do not have any pity for people like Nancy Mace and Marjorie Taylor Greene, because they have money and they have status, and no matter what happens regarding laws in this country, you know that if like one of their daughters needed an abortion or something, they could make it happen. And the rest of us are out here basically begging for scraps. Mm-hmm. And they will never have to worry about that. So I don't have pity.
And they don't care.
I don't have pity anymore for people like that. I don't care if she gets help. If she does, great. If she doesn't, it's not my problem. Because
honestly, I would respect it more if she would just be like, you know, just blatantly out there and just say how much she hates everybody else and doesn't give a fuck about anybody. And you know what I mean? Own it. Let your freak flag fly.
They're starting to do that at this point.
Yeah, so that we know, and we know who to hem up in the streets when you try to come and pull some bullshit. That's how we get rid of these motherfuckers. Anywho, so anyway. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. We got let's move right along to the next one. We got 2 more clips to kind of mull over, right? So this one, this is our fuck around and find out. So as we were saying, this is actually a good lead in to what we was talking about, is like how
Andrea, I've been seeing though. So yes, they are. He's trying to close them, but there are a lot of people that are donating and doing everything they can to keep Planned Parenthoods open, even though there is not government funding.
Yeah.
And
We can talk about that another time. But anywho.
Sorry.
So, but what I think we should like where we're going into is the fuck around to find out, you know. And I love me a good fuck around to find out video. So let's look at a few of them.
Yes,
Because
let it increase my serotonin.
the experience of your being racist and poor, like our friend Reese Waters was saying previously, is yeah, some of these people need to learn the motherfucking hard way. And so does this lady here. I'm getting ready to present it. So just vent for me if you could.
If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, comment. We are here every Monday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. We are Katie and Maymoney. And we are two millennials just chatting about all the crazy that's going on in the world, giving our perspectives. It's a fun time.
All right. It should be almost. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I just gotta press play.
Just got laid off, so you have any tips and tricks for a hot girl unemployment summer, let me know.
I went to work this morning and got laid off. I worked for a university clinic that was a free clinic to students, and they just decided up today that they were done with it. They weren't going to fold it anymore, I guess. So they laid me and the nurse off, which we were the only two people that worked in the clinic. So life's just throwing me some curveballs, but I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to have faith that God's just going to put me where I need to be. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm going to spend the rest of July with my kids.
Yeah, that seems like.
Not only will I be in the US this summer with my children, but I will be most definitely seeking new employment opportunities. So,
see, these are the things they don't tell you about the cuts that are happening in Medicare and all these.
I'm gonna let this run just a little bit
right now. You're gonna see a lot of layoffs happening within the medical field very, very soon, guys. Think about all the people who go to like emergency centers and then don't even have emergency rooms and don't even have insurance. And you know, the doctors, the nurses, the people who work there, they can't turn them away because you know they gotta care for them. But at the same time, who's gonna pay for that coverage? You know, like don't get me wrong, yeah, free hand.
Okay, so I mean, could he say it any better? Like, do y'all not know that you were first in line to get fucked up? You know, Katie, please, for the love of God, help me. Like, what? Like, why are we here right now? Why would you do this to yourself?
Because these people are just bigots and sexist and racist, and it doesn't matter how qualified or how smart or how good candidates are. People have so much hate in their hearts that all they see is some dumb rich white man and they go, he's the best one for us. No.
Honestly, like I'm sorry to laugh, but I'm like,
what can you do at this point? Like,
it's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like, okay, what did you expect? Didn't he tell you though? Like, haven't you been like watching Daddy Trump? And don't you like watch his TV show every day? Yeah, I mean, he told you that he was gonna fuck you up, and you were like, "Yay, go ahead, do it."
It was either like that,
or deport my family.
It was like
and deport my wife.
It was like, yay, let's do it. Let's get rid of all people that are brown and black and purple and blue. I'm white. I'm fine. No, you're not.
Oh, you're white. Yeah, you're kind of fine, but you're poor. Oh, and you might be a woman too, so they don't like you either. Like what? I don't know. And me as a black woman who is literally at the bottom looking up is like, I'm just waiting for everybody to come down here.
Yeah, I can't even like I'm a very empathetic person and I feel a lot of the feels. And I'm one of those people that even when I get in like situations, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm a musician and I do theater and I do all these things. But there are times when even the music world is not all that sunshiny and rainbowy. And
cheers to that.
It's not as bad as it used to be by any means, but I have dealt with a lot of sexism, especially when I was in college and grad school. And I still, I deal with it. I don't let people bully me. That's why I'm here. But I still am just one of those people that's like, I can't even imagine what it would be like to be like you right now, May. Like, I still am like, I have it bad, but I can't even imagine some of these other circumstances. Not to not unvalidate my experience, but
yeah, no, and I feel like I have it pretty fucking good. And like I'm lucky, I'm blessed to be in the family and be in the area that I'm at. Like, you know what I mean? I'm from Oakland, California, one of the most diverse, problematic places like within our city. But we all know each other and we all take care of each other at the end of the day, despite
and that's what matters, building communities too. Take care of each other. I'm trying to think of the word. Celebrate your differences, celebrate your uniqueness, but also
get to know them, educate yourself about other people's shit. Yeah. Get invited to a cookout sometime, or invite me to what do you guys call your white people parties? I don't know.
Barbecue.
I'll pull up. Like we should all be going to the carne asada. We should all be, going and being around each other and experiencing each other's cultures. I love Filipino food because one of my best friends is Filipino that I grew up with. And the smell of rice filling the house is amazing. Keisha said no more cookout. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, people ain't invited to the cookouts no more. But they should be inviting us to other stuff. Anywho, we'll get into that later, Keisha. Here, let me put that on there. No, we got to talk about that. And I think we do need to have a Black We the People session because we need to start putting together more like our communities within our communities need to talk. And then our communities, we branch out, but we need to collect each other first. I think is we way too scattered. The whole Democratic Party is scattered, and we are not doing well. I think, and that's why we're getting fucked up the way that we are. All right,
do you remember when politics was boring?
Oh, I wish it would be again. I wish I long for the days of George W. Goddamn motherfucking Bush.
Right.
I would take him any day. At least he hands out candy,
and he had
Black people.
And he also had not yes men in cabinet positions.
And he wasn't shit. At least he wasn't like trying to be a fascist.
And his cabinet members didn't have his shit all over their faces.
Yeah.
From kissing his ass.
Crazy. Okay. So, can you plug our Wednesday show? I'm going to share this. And then we got one more clip afterwards. Oh, wait. No, we got one more clip afterwards.
On Wednesdays and Fridays, we also do this fun thing. We the People unite. It's more of us, but usually including May and I. And we chat about all the things going on. It's a fun time. You should check it out. Watch it. Like, comment, subscribe. And also, every Monday, May and I do this, 4:30 Pacific and 7:30 Eastern.
No, thank you so much. You are amazing. Can you see?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you can see. Okay, hold on. I'm switching it. Dude,
that's pretty accurate.
Oh, yeah. That's our thumbnail for the next one.
Oh, for We the People.
That will be our Wednesday show topic. So everybody join us then.
Let's see. I see. I don't know if that's Caroline Levitt or Pam Bondi, but they all look alike.
It's one of them white bitches. Anyway.
I mean, most of the Trump women all look the same. They all got like that facial crap going on, the lips out to their noses.
And then Anywho, okay, let me switch this one. I gotta remove this one first. Sorry, I'm moving a little slow. All right, there we go.
Show some respect. You got to have some respect.
Your daddy's office is that way.
None of you are doing anything though, so. Are you in tears?
Somos en Puerto Vallarta, right? Which is Mexico, right? Full of brown people. Not this white woman with the audacity of wearing a Make America Great Again.
Why you zoom in like that?
She needs to go back to her country. Bitch, I'm riled up. She literally was like, what did you say? And I said, go back to your country. Did I stutter, bitch? I have time today. I have plenty of time today. Not in fucking Mexico, you stupid bitch.
People are going out in public wearing MAGA hats and
oh, mamas.
like this video right here. She was in Mexico. So
oh, see this. Hold on, sorry.
Like the audacity.
Sorry, I had a little hiccup here.
The audacity to go to another country and wear a hat like that is basically like, I'm sure in the history books, like 20 years from now, they'll compare that to like wearing a swastika. You muted.
If you don't get your crusty, musty ass the fuck up on out of here. Like, why would you do that? Why would you? Okay.
Like, you're okay.
If you get heamed up.
If you're proud to do that in the United States, fine, whatever. Go be with your kind. But like, don't go to another country, and especially a country that
you hate on every day.
Yeah, like
that you're literally attacking right now.
Yeah.
Like, okay. See. This is gonna end up with casualties. I swear to God, if they keep doing that, this is not gonna end pretty.
I'm just afraid.
I don't think America is safe to be traveling anywhere. If you're American, you need to stay your ass straight up where you, unless you're fleeing for some reason. But other than that, like, I wouldn't do that because, like, why would anybody trust us right now? Why would anybody trust us right now?
I live in the United States and I don't trust us. Like,
exactly. Shit. I mean,
I keep hoping. I keep hoping that somebody is just gonna come help us.
I know,
because
I think we are at that point, Katie, for sure.
The people, the countries that are our allies, I just keep hoping that when they think of us, they don't think of us as we are now, but they think of us as we've been before as allies, because I think even they know this is not what we are about.
Yeah, like I mean, this is a big ass country. I mean, I haven't even been in like 25% of it, you know.
I've been in.
That's what the experiment is about. Like, I've been, you know, in the lack of education about how other people live in our very country needs to be worked out. I think there's a lot of progress that we need to make, and we need to make this shit fast because we are just going backward all down the
I've said this somewhere once before.
Sorry, I had a little burp there.
I've said this somewhere once before. It's a lot quicker. It takes a lot longer to build up something than it does to destroy it.
100.
Because look what they've done in like 6 months.
Dude, just tore the whole shit down. I mean, at least we might have the opportunity to just like put everything back the way it was. That's why we need to be documenting. I think documentation and all these court cases and lawsuits and stuff are important because I think at the end, once we start following the rule of law, we need to like have everything documented so we can put things back because they broke in hella laws and all this, and so it's easy to kind of reverse it, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we can get some fucking sense anytime soon, I don't know.
Yeah, Kim, I don't know what they're deleting. But apparently they're deleting the Epstein list, but that's a whole other thing.
Right, Georgie and Kim, absolutely. All right, so we have reached the end of our show, and honestly, that was everything that we needed to get through. Katie,
I think that was even more fun than the first one.
oh, definitely, because I wasn't sweating the entire time, nervous that I would fuck some shit up. No, that was really good. I think we did a great time. Let us know how you guys felt about it.
Yes, Keisha, the Wayback Machine.
Learning a Wayback Machine, yes. That we need to make sure that works properly too.
Right. All right, y'all. Once again, like, comment, subscribe. We're here every Monday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern.
This is our next episode. Had enough yet? We will be discussing all the things. Okay. So, yes, like, comment, share, subscribe. You can follow me on my social media at @MayMoneyHoney. You can email us if you want to join the show, and all the links to the videos that we watched, like the full videos, are in the description below. And
support independent media.
For the show. And join us anytime. Hey, Deanna, good to see you. Yeah, we had a good show today, and we have a really good one coming up on Wednesday too. And who knows what more news will be out by then. So the tumultuous winds are coming through. So, let's see. Anywho, I hope you guys have a good time. Say bye, Katie.
Bye, Katie.
Love y'all. May we meet again. We the people.
Don't we just miss the good old days of great Uncle Sleepy Joe? Because I could sure use a 6-hour nap after discussing all of the F words and evilry that goes on in our day society. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. Don't tell my mom I curse, but the real F word is fascism. So I hope that you enjoyed our show today. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And make sure you got your drink with you and your sippy cups. And make sure that nap is at least 6 hours. But while you stay awake, join us Wednesdays, Fridays, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time with We the People, because we are the people, we the schmegular people. Regular schmegular. See you next time. Bye. Nap time.
We the people unite.